That's for all the naysayers. This says electric tools can't compete with pneumatic.
Yeah, it did that very easily.
Here we are. And just in case anybody's wondering, I do have jack stands underneath the front axle, and the hydraulic leveling is there for the assist.
Right.
It's double protected. As you can see, this is the driver's side. Look at the tread on this. Looks pretty good, right?
Sure.
Now, passenger side. You can see it's worn a bit more.
Yeah, like right. If you compare these two
Yeah.
to these.
So that's why I'm switching them from side to side. They don't really seem like they're wearing weird or anything. It's just this one's wearing slightly faster, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not like it's uneven or
Right.
things like that.
It's not chamfering at the edges or anything. So.
Yes. This does use all position tires. That's what they put on it, is these
Continental. Yeah, Continental.
These tires have been okay. They're not good. I mean, they're not great, just okay. They're all position tires. What I would like to do ideally, but I hate to replace these because look at how good they are. I mean, tread-wise.
Tread-wise, yeah. And they've actually performed better than what you thought they would.
Right. I would like to get steers for up front and drives for in the back.
Correct. All right, let's see if you can do this without hurting yourself.
These things are stupid heavy. I should use my bar underneath it, but I want to get a little closer first.
Oh, look at that.
Not too bad. I gotta put these stupid covers back on. I mean, I guess it does make it look better, but.
Yeah, makes it look more finished.
How much battery do you think this thing's gonna have left?
I don't know.
I
was really wondering that myself. How many bars are on that? Like 4 or 5?
4, and it was fully charged. It wasn't fresh off the charger, but it was fully charged when we started.
Okay. I'm gonna guess it's gonna have at least 3 bars left.
I'm gonna say 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's still gonna have a full charge. It's done, almost.
Yeah, you gotta put the
covers on.
pretty covers back on.
We're ready for the verdict on the battery?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, 3.
Oh, 3! I
win.
said at least 3, so
You
I
win.
Pay me. What do I win?
I don't know.
Oh, this is not a fun game.
But this thing, holy crap.
Yes, very impressive. I will say that 100%.
As far as the oil change intervals, some people swear by 10,000, some people swear by 15,000. One person even told me that they change their oil in the motorhome every 5,000. That's a bit excessive.
Yes.
To get the final answer, I paid, this isn't sponsored or anything, we are paying Blackstone, where we pulled an oil sample. I did the oil change. Inside this bottle, you get everything you see here, this bag, the bottle, and this like pig mat that will catch anything that leaks. So my oil sample's in here. I'm sending it away to Blackstone so they can analyze it. One, to make sure that there's nothing wrong with the engine.
Right.
You know, if you start to like break up piston rings or something, they'll know it and it'll show in here. If you start getting coolant or fuel in your oil, it'll show. So I'm gonna send it off, and one of the things that they'll tell me is if I can go longer on that oil change.
Which is pretty nice.
Yeah, to receive this, it's actually free. You just go onto Blackstone's website, you can request the kit, and they send you an envelope and the bottle and this little sheet that you fill out.
Okay.
This has, you know, the engine make and model, your name, and how you're paying.
Right.
I think it's $35, I think.
It could save you money on less oil changes, or it could give you a heads up about some issue that you don't know about in your engine.
Right. So we will update you guys with what Blackstone says the results are. But in the meantime, how often do you guys change your oil?
Yeah.
3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15, or further? I'm not running synthetic. I'm running Rotella T4 1540. It's what I've run in many, many semi-trucks with no problems. I've driven million-mile trucks that have had nothing but that oil in it. So we'll see what the results say. On this particular oil sample, there's about 10,250 miles on this oil. This is our third winter, I think, using Salt's Gun.
It is, and I've recommended it to countless people up here in the Midwest.
What I like about it is, if you look at the Jeep, we got a combination. We've got salt and we've got mud.
Yes.
We have both. So typically you can just spray Salt's Gun on and won't rinse it off and it's fine, but we're gonna use it like soap because we've got mud.
Yeah. So if you just lightly agitate it with a soft brush, it generally gets it so clean. It's something I really love about Salt's Gun is it gets so clean with just Salt's Gun, no soap.
Salty, salty everywhere.
Yeah, very dirty.
Cold.
Is that cold? This Jeep looks 1,000 times better just from that. It literally took maybe 5 minutes.
It was so fast. It did not take any time at all.
Takes no time. It'll take more time if you have dogs who love the hose.
Yeah.
And this Jeep is so freaking clean now. And it was literally just from Salt's Gun. It got all the dirt, it got all the salt, everything. And it puts a corrosion inhibitor on.
It's protected our motorhome for 3 years.
Yes.
So might as well use it on the vehicles.
Yeah, we love it on everything.
And we're going to continue to use it as long as we get snow.
Yes. As you can see, it's snow and mud currently.
Yeah, like I said, that's why we used it as soap, because we have salt and mud.
Yep, worked amazing. Highly recommend Salt's Gun to anyone and everyone, whether you're in a state where they get snow, so you have road salt and brine, or if you're down in the southern states or ocean states and you have salt from the water. Perfect for all of those.
She wants to play with the hose so bad.
She loves it. This is just with a couple washes from this bottle right here of Salt's Gun. It lasts forever. Taillights, perfectly clean and clear, squeaky clean. The window where you can actually use it as a mirror to see Mike in it right now. Could not do that before. Hi. Perfectly clean.
I changed the oil, changed the fuel filters, oil filter, all that. Rotated the steer tires. Next, I'm gonna grease this thing. To make it easy, I recommend some sort of cordless grease gun with a flexible hose on it. Starting over here on the passenger side, if you look inside behind the wheel, we have our kingpins up front here. So the grease point for the top is going to be right here. You should clean this off. Clean it really well before you start greasing. You don't want to push dirt into your kingpins. So we got one up here. We're going to hit that real quick, and then there's one on the bottom we'll get. You can see I got all the dirt off of it. I'm going to go ahead and connect my grease gun. I'm going to hold the hose with one hand. I'm going to pull the trigger for about 2 or 3 seconds max. So now you can start to see right here. See the grease starting to show through. It's all you want, it's all you need. I'm going to take a paper towel and go ahead and clean that off the grease dirt. Looking from underneath, you get a better picture. You can see that grease starting to come through. So now we got a grease zerk right down here on the bottom. I've already cleaned it off. And then we got one over here on the tie rod end. I've already cleaned that one off as well. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to connect my hose here, hold the trigger for about 2 or 3 seconds, then we should see the clean or new grease starting to show through. And same thing back here. Once that's done, take my rag, clean the fresh grease off, and we'll move over to the other side. I went ahead and greased the top, the bottom of the kingpin, and the drag link end over there. Now I'm going to move up here to the steering linkage. So you have a slip joint here, and there's a grease zerk right there. You got a U-joint here. There's a grease zerk right here on top. And then, you may not be able to see it, way back in here, there's another U-joint, and there's a grease zerk on that. So I'm going to hit those 3 points with grease. Now you may have to turn the wheel one way or another to get better access to this, but this one right here is on top, so I'll be able to get this one. The one in the back would be a little more challenging. To get this grease zerk back here, to get it to line up correctly for me, I'm cheating a little bit. I ran the front stabilizers down enough to take the pressure off the front tires so I can just turn them by hand. So this way I can look back here. I can see where that grease zerk is. Yep, right here it is. So right there you can see I got my grease gun hose connected. Grease gun's here, so I'm gonna have to put the camera down so I can hold the end of the hose and pull the trigger at the same time. Everything done up top here, so I'm moving down below again. Here you got your drag link right here. So we got a grease zerk here. You got a grease zerk down there. We gotta get both of those. Now what I'm looking for, when you've got like a rubber boot, like this right here, I just put enough grease for it to billow out a little bit, and then it's good. Now we're underneath. That's the driver's side steer tire right there. Just engine, transmission. Coming all the way back here to the drive shaft. This is a pretty long drive shaft. You got a U-joint here. There's a U-joint down there. There's another U-joint, and there's one all the way back at the rear diff. So looking here, you can see that we got grease zerks again. So I'm gonna hit this up. I've already cleaned this up a little bit, make it easier for you guys to see on camera. Thing to note, that this has a grease zerk on this side and over here on this side. So whichever side's easiest, you can go ahead and grease it from that side. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit these up all the way down, all the way back to the rear diff. Most people will take their motor home to a shop and have a mechanic grease it. You're gonna pay a lot of money to do that. It's not a hard job, it's just kind of a dirty job, really. This is the real MVP here. You can pick this up, tool only, no battery, no grease, for $189-ish. I got this at Home Depot. I already had batteries, so I'm good there. Already got chargers. We got back the oil report from Blackstone.
Yes, we did. Oil report.
They put in comments here, and then down here in these 2 columns, they show the readings they got from our oil and then the average, or what it should be. And as you can see, all the way down, we pretty much are right on the money. We're right where we should be.
I agree. I thought it looked really good, which was a relief to say the least.
Yeah, we're not going to get into all the super nitty-gritty details because some people just don't care about some of this stuff. The comments, they say this is a good report. The high aluminum potassium are likely harmless flux from the new EGR system. They should drop as time goes on. For comparison, our universal averages show average wear levels for this engine type after 7,700 mile oil runs. Copper is also lingering from the engine being new and should improve next time. The viscosity is good, there's no significant fuel dilution, and the oil filter kept in solubles low. Feel free to stick with 10,000 plus miles on the oil. We should see some nice improvements next time around. So I did have over 10,000 miles on that oil sample, and like they said, the averages that are showing are for engines with 7,700 miles on the oil.
Right.
So we went slightly over what the average is, but like they said here, feel free to stick to 10,000 plus miles on the oil, which is nice because if we went too long on the oil, they would have told us.
Right. We do highly recommend using Blackstone. We use that for our semis that we owned in the past. So
yeah, they're very good. And I just like to see, you know, like it says, for example, aluminum, we're at 50, the average is 50. Iron, 41.41, copper, 9.9. I mean, all the way down, we're exactly where we should be.
everything looked really good, including down here in the properties where they get into the percentages of things for flashpoint and all that whatnot.
So thanks for watching, guys, to all of our boring content. If you guys are interested, Blackstone, again, we are not sponsored by them. This is just a service that I've used in the past, and I really put a lot of trust into this company. Here's their web address. I'm sure there'll be a link in the description. So until next time,
See ya.